The World Health Organization says the largest hospital in Gaza is now nearly a cemetery, with bodies piling up inside and outside. Doctors continue to treat the wounded as tanks surrounded Al-Shifa hospital, trapping everyone inside. Patients have died because of power cuts, and there are fears that premature and newborn babies will not survive. With fighting between Hamas and Israeli troops raging on near the hospital, U.S. President Joe Biden said Al-Shifa must be protected. Meanwhile, another 200,000 people have fled northern Gaza as the Palestinian death toll from Israeli airstrikes climbed to over 11,000. The bombardments began after 1,200 people were killed in a Hamas raid on southern Israel 5 weeks ago. Hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters have clashed with police as they marched to the U.S. Embassy in Manila.
The bombs being dropped on Gaza come from the United States. The bullets used on Palestinians come from the United States. The drones used on Palestinians come from the United States. The U.S. has an overwhelming responsibility for the humanitarian catastrophe that is happening now in Gaza.
Officers used their shields in an attempt to stop the protesters from reaching the embassy in the Philippine capital. The crowd managed to break through the police ranks, but stopped outside the diplomatic compound, where security was tightened. Hundreds of U.S. government employees have called for a ceasefire in Gaza, voicing dissent against Washington's staunch support for Israel. This came as the group Rabbis for Ceasefire joined some Democrats to demand a halt in the hostilities.
How many more children have to be killed? How many more families traumatized and torn apart? There is nothing humanitarian about giving innocent civilians a 4-hour break before they are bombed. We are calling for an end to the violence, not a break in the violence. A humanitarian pause is not enough.
In Chicago, hundreds of Jewish peace activists and their supporters gathered to demand a truce in Gaza. Police arrested over 100 protesters. One recent poll found that more than 65% of Americans favor a ceasefire.